Good morning. Today, this is Mickey and Wendy on our local tour Tuesday. We are here at the Shawano County Humane Society. We are meeting with Dusty, who is the board president and also volunteers here, and Robin, who is the shelter manager. And they're going to be giving us a tour of the facility and maybe some of the things we can do as families to volunteer.
Thanks for visiting with us today. So as you heard, Robin here is the shelter director here at the Humane Society. And up front, this is our lobby area. So when you come into the shelter, this is where you'll start. And then Robin or Lisa or one of our other staff members would direct you on where to go for what you're looking for. So if you want to follow me, I will give you a quick tour of some of the public areas of the shelter and what we can see. So first up here, we have a display cat room. So currently we have a mother cat and her kittens in here, and I'll open the door a little bit so you can see in here. They're gonna, as you can see, they're gonna be available June 20th, and these kittens are already adopted. Oops, one got away. These kittens here are already adopted, but we have lots of cats and kittens here coming and going from the shelter. So if you're ever wanting to get a cat, we have a great deal on them. For only $50, currently that's a promo price that we have going on. That would get you a cat that's either spay or neutered, plus its first year of shots.
And chip.
Oh, and it would also be microchipped. All right, so next up here is we have our small dog room. So I'll have you come in here. And in here, if you want to pan over this way, you can see all the dog kennels. These are for our smaller dogs. Currently, we don't have any dogs in here. We're low on dogs right now at the shelter. I think we have 3 or 4 dogs that are available for adoption right now. And we'll go outside shortly to see where those dogs are. But I just wanted to show you when we have a lot of dogs here, room is specifically for our smaller dogs.
What's considered a small dog?
Well, there's no set rule, but usually it's like a 30-pound dog or less would be in this area. Then in the next room here, this is our large dog room. This is also a public room where adoptable pets would be in. And right now, like I mentioned, we have 3 or 4 adoptable larger dogs. They're currently outside, but what you can see in here is there's 14 runs for dogs in here. So we have room for 14, but if we get really full on dogs, we have the capability with these kennels to divide them into 2, like this. And then from the backside of the room there, it would basically double the cage. So we have the ability to hold 28 dogs in here if need be, just by dividing the cages. So very cool. These kennels, we had a very similar kennel setup, almost identical to this, but they were about 20 years old and pieces were breaking underneath and not draining properly, so we recently replaced these. They're about a year old right now, and since we replaced them, we've been kind of low on dogs. It's a good thing for the Humane Society not to have too many dogs or cats, because our purpose is, to take pets that need homes, off the streets or strays and such. And we're not like a business where we want to be overcrowded with products. So it's good to be low on animals. It means that there are not many homeless pets. So we're very thankful for that. But we have plenty of room here for lots of animals.
Is this an unusual situation to be low? Do you think it's from people staying home from COVID, or any kind of an idea what might make that change?
I think it's a lot of little things. Yes, this year with COVID going on, we have seen the animal population in the shelters low, even with cats. And normally we have lots and lots of cats, but we're even lower on cats. We're starting to pick up with cats now with the kittens being born. But for probably 3 to 4 years now, we've been just historically low on the amount of dogs that we've had here. And we think recently a little bit has to do with COVID and more people home. Also, people knowing about the spay and neuter programs and the spay and neuter programs that have been going on in the areas to help people help control the pet population. And there could be even other things that I'm not aware of, but over time I think it helps with everybody getting to know about spaying and neutering that has brought the pet population, unwanted pet population down. So the next room we're going to see here is our cat room. And usually we always have cats in here, but currently all of the adoptable cats have been adopted. So I don't have any in here right now, but I'd like to bring you in and show you the room so you can see where the cats go. And if you're thinking of getting a cat, please still stop in to see Robin or any of the other staff members, because like I say, we have animals coming and going all of the time. If you're thinking of getting a pet, it's always a good idea to stop in and see what we have. But right now today, I just don't have any in here, but we'll still show you the cages. So on the sides here is where the public can go and view the cats from. And each of these cages can hold an individual cat, but you'll notice there are little doorways in here. If we're low on the amount of cats in here, we can give them more room by opening these little doors in here. And normally when there are animals or cats living in here, the cages aren't so sparse or bare looking. We would have the litter box in there, food and water. There would be a mat on the bottom for them and a little cat bed and sometimes some cat toys and stuff. So it's a very nice home for them for the short time that they're here. And then on the inside here, this is where we go to get the cats in and out of the crates and how we clean them and such. All right, so the next room we have is the get to know you room. So this room here is just a little room that if you come to the shelter and you're thinking of adopting a dog or a cat, it's a place where we can bring the animal in, the dog or the cat, and you can sit with it and play with it to get to know the animal a little bit better before you decide to adopt it. So we have people use this room almost every day. We have volunteers come here that will play with the animals and take the cats, the cats that are not sick, you know, that can come out, and they'll play with them in here each day so that they get interaction. And then we also have one other, since I'm talking about volunteer needs, is when we get up on the amount of dogs, we need somebody to walk the dogs. So we have people come that will play with them a little bit in here and then take them out on a walk. All right, so our next room here is the treatment room. And this is kind of like a little vet office. So when we have vets visit us, this is the room that they would use for taking care of the animals. And this is also a room that the staff uses every day. This is where we would keep medicines and things to take care of the animals in. And then the last room here is a quarantine room, and it's similar to the dog and the cat isolation rooms where we keep pets that are sick. So the next room we have here is a food prep room, and this is the food prep room primarily for the dogs. So we wash up dog water dishes and food bowls and such in here, and then we have a lot of canned food in here that we have for the dogs. We feed dry and canned dog food, you know, primarily canned dog food if they're sick or they maybe have dental problems, but we also have dry food as well for the dogs.
Can people make donations, or do you prefer to purchase?
Absolutely. We are supported a lot by the generous donations of our community. So that's where a lot of the food and such comes from. We do purchase from time to time when we need it if we're low on it. But yes, people also do make lots of donations, and that's how the Humane Society is able to be in existence, through the generosity of our community and surrounding communities. So the next place we're going to go is to our outdoor kennels, which are outside this door. We actually have several doors going out on this side of the shelter. And we have a lot of fenced in areas here where we take the dogs during the day to get fresh air and while we're cleaning their cages and such inside, so that they get some outdoor time too. So we'll go show you those kennels now. So out here, down here, there's room for lots and lots of dogs. None of the dogs would ever spend all day out here, but this is a place where the dogs can come out and like I said, get fresh air. So we'll go down here and I'll show you there's lots of cages out here. So right here are a few of the dogs that we have available at the shelter right now that are spending some time outside today. And these are some of the smaller ones. And in between each dog being in here each day, we also clean up because they don't go to the bathroom up here. Now we're going to go straight ahead here, and I'm going to show you some bigger dog runs where we put them in to give them more exercise. So in addition to those smaller dog runs that you last saw, we also have these two bigger dog runs here, where we kind of cycle the dogs through so that they get more time or a bigger area to run around and get more exercise. So they each also get their turn in here. You can also see off to the right there a little bit of construction work going on. We recently added on to our garage, and that back room there is a new storage room for us that is steel lined on the inside and climate controlled, so that it will remain pest and rodent free, and so it won't freeze in the winter for like the canned dog food and things that can't get frozen. That will be able to store a lot of our food and supplies that we need here at the shelter. All right, so the next couple areas I'd like to show you are some more outdoor areas for our animals. Next, right in front of me here is we have a big woods, and this woods is fenced in all the way around, and it is an area where our volunteers can take dogs on a walk. And it goes way back there. You can make a big loop and go around the loop a couple times and give the dog a pretty good amount of exercise. We actually have a volunteer that is going to be helping us this summer clean up the woods a little bit because it's got a little overgrown and there, the paths need to be cleaned up and cleared up. And then one other area I'd like to show you is our cat condos. We haven't cleaned them up yet for the spring, but this is where we bring our cats so that they get some outdoor time as well. So we go out here. And it's a little bit messy right now because we haven't cleaned it up for the spring, but we use this during the summertime, and it's double doored so that cats can get away and we don't want anybody getting loose. But we would bring the cat in here in a crate, close this door, and then we have individual rooms. There is 5 or 6 of them here where the cats can go and get some fresh air as well. And throughout the spring, summer, and fall months, we bring cats out here every day for a few hours to get some outdoor time. So the final thing I'll touch on here is the volunteers and our awesome community that we have here. So I mentioned throughout the tour that we have volunteer opportunities here at the shelter, whether it's playing with the animals, helping clean, or taking the dogs on a walk. We have a real easy little application to fill out. You must be 18 years of age or older to volunteer. If you're under 18, you would have to come with your legal guardian to volunteer. And Robin or the staff here would help get you set up on volunteering here. And then last, I would just like to thank our awesome community that we're in. We wouldn't be able to be here without the support of individuals like yourselves, helping us with donations of food, money, all different things that we need here. Businesses that help us out from their donations and support, and even the veterinarians that we deal with. All About Animals and the Village Veterinary Clinic are both very generous to us with helping out with vet services and such for all of our pet care needs. We can't thank everybody enough on all of the support that we get here to make this happen and to have a happy and safe place for the animals to spend time here while they don't have a home. Thank you again.